Shemai, you lovely jubblies. Are you ready for today's story? Let's start with our good morning song. Barod, un, dau, tri. Bore da, sit tighty, bendigedig, bore da. My hands got a bit confused then. I think they thought they were doing the goodbye song. They were way ahead of me. I love this book. This is called The Boy Who Lost His Bumble. And have a little look at him. What insect do you think he loves more than anything? He loves bumblebees. And bumblebees do an incredible job in our garden, don't they? And last year we were really lucky because we had a beekeeper in to visit us who told us lots and lots of important facts about bumblebees. And I've seen some really big bumblebees lately. And this little boy doesn't realise that the bumblebees go away for a little bit, then they come back in the nice weather, don't they? So here we go. The Boy Who Lost His Bumble. Once there was a boy who loved his garden. He loved the flowers, he loved the trees, but most of all, he loved the bees. Look, un, dau, tri, pedwar. Bumblebee Diary. Oh, and he's given them all names, look. Amir likes pink flowers. Bob, very fuzzy. Holly plays with Sue. Lynn, very buzzy. Seb loves dancing. Sue likes playing hide and seek. The bees were always happy, and watching them made the bee happy too. Made the boy happy too. I couldn't read yesterday either, could I? I had all my words wrong. Then one day it started to rain and the clouds began to rumble. It was so wet, even the bees lost their bumble. Oh no. Without the bees, the boy felt so empty. Things just weren't the same anymore. He tried everything he could think of to make them come back, but nothing worked. Look, he's singing, rain, rain, go away, come again another day. We tried that in school, don't we, when it's raining a wet playtime? It never works for us either, does it? Let me drop my... Oh, this sun is being a bit silly out there today. Oh, is that too dark? Let me see if I can turn my light on now. Did you think I'd gone for a cup of tea? I'm back. And look, he's built a bee hotel with free Wi-Fi. One day the garden froze and the boy felt even emptier. He wondered if the bees would ever return. Oh look, there's a robin. Now, we don't tend to see bees in the winter, do we? It's too cold for them. He tried to keep busy with other things, but it was no good. Look, everything is grey. His mood is grey and miserable, isn't it? He had also almost given up hope when the sun rose and slowly things started to change. Because that's what happens in the springtime, isn't it? The boy started to feel a little less empty. And before long... Bzzz, look at this. He got his bumble back. Perhaps bumbles always come back. Now this book made me think, because Mrs. Richards has lost her bumble a little bit. And do you know why I've lost my bumble? I've lost my bumble because I'm not in school. And I was thinking perhaps some of you have lost your bumble because you're not in school at the moment. And this book gave me lots and lots of hope. Because I was thinking if all those bees come back, that means school will come back and we'll all be back together soon, won't we? And then we'll all be happy because we'll be back together. And things never stay the same for all the time, do they? Things always change. So I think this book has cheered me up because I think if those bees can come back, then I know that it won't be long and that we will all be back together in school. And that gave me that put a smile on my face then, that did. Now this has got some facts about bees. Where do bees go in, bumblebees go in winter? And at the end of the summer, a bumblebee colony dies out. Oh, only the queen is left. Now she is queen bee, she's really important. And she hibernates somewhere safe and dry all through the winter. So she might hibernate under the garden shed, in the long grass, or even in a hole in the ground. The queen wakes up in the spring and feeds on flower nectar. She looks for a nest site in which to lay her eggs. These hatch into larvae, which spin cocoons after about 2 weeks, and after 2 more weeks they emerge as adult bees. Why are bees important? Because bees, we always talk about how important bees are in the garden. Bees pollinate the flowers, the trees, the fruit and vegetables. Whilst collecting nectar and pollen, they move pollen from one plant to another. This fertilises the plant's egg cell, which produces seeds which grow into new plants. Bees pollinate about 1/3 of all the world's crops. Now, the crops are all the food that we grow. Bees are in trouble. Bees need flowers for food, but there are fewer wild flowers, fewer hedges and fewer wild spaces than there used to be. Bees have to travel further to find food. Fewer flowers mean fewer bees. Now, you could help them, because my mammy the other day, I help my mammy a lot. And she said, oh, I need to pull up all those dandelions in the garden. I said, don't you pull up those dandelions, because dandelions are the first source of food the bumblebees have in the spring. So you should let those flowers grow in your garden for a little bit. The other good thing to do is to plant lots and lots of bee-friendly flowers. But you can help if you have a plant. Mrs. Richards, look, I've just said that. If you have a garden, plant lots of bee-friendly flowers. Choose plants that flower in different seasons so that the bees have food all through the year. Don't use any bug sprays, because these can harm bees. So that's cornflowers, heather, lavender, foxgloves. Leave a wild space in your garden where a queen bee might hibernate, or find a good nest site. If you don't have a garden, look for spaces where you could sow some seeds. Look at that, because even if you had a little box with some seeds in, or a little hanging basket, anything at all, the bees would like to come and see. Don't think my phone was focused very well then. So don't forget, we'll all get our bumble back soon, because we'll all be back in school together, which means we'll all be smiling. It's been lovely speaking to lots of you over the last few days, and I'm going to be carrying on with those phone calls. My phone has been having a bit of a funny 5 minutes a day, and I haven't been able to make many phone calls yet. So fingers crossed it all sorts itself out, and we'll all be chatting together soon. Let's do our Hwyl Fawr song. Barod? 1, 2, 3. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. Twralwra bantynni, 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 twralwra bantynni, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. See you tomorrow.